This is a video about doing a bruiser defense. That means if you're playing in a neutral battle, you're a raid leader. Now, this is only for raid leaders. I'm not talking about normal attacks on mansion. I'm not talking about normal people who have, two different troop types. Like they have like biker, bruiser, strong, um, enforcers. They have biker, bruiser gear. I'm not talking about all of those players, not everyone, but only for neutral towers fights, neutral tower raid leaders, where you have an advanced level of combat. You have VIP 1920, you can do super presets, you can adjust your stats on the snap of a finger, with one click. This is the advanced settings for you guys, okay? So not for the basic player. I know I've had some comments on the earlier videos saying that they have a lot of friends who are doing Hitman Biker, so they're gonna do Bruiser Biker. But guys, this is not for you. This is not that video for you. That's very, very basic video. You can use a part of what I'm talking about to apply stats to yourself. You can go ahead and do that. But this is an advanced video for neutral tower battle raid leaders. Now, you have to be able to switch from bruiser to hitman to biker at any one point in time as a neutral tower raid leader. You can't be one of those who like, oh, I'm only strong in biker, no, that doesn't work, because when you're playing neutral towers, you have to attack a tower and you're gonna expect the enemy to single troop attack you just to kick you out of the tower. So this is for very, very strong players who are always fighting for the team, protecting the towers, or attacking towers on the attack rather than the defense. So now, assuming you have 3-3-3 on the troops in the tower, or you have 4-3-3, or whatever combination you have for your faction, you send the troops in the tower. Now, what happens is most of the enemies will try to kick you out of the tower. And when they kick you out of the tower, or even if it's a neutral building, right? So they're gonna kick you out of the building or the tower, and then what they'll do is they'll send you a single troop attack, right? So most people don't play apple to apple. Like if you're doing mixed troops, they're not gonna fight you with mixed troops because they're just single troop bananas, right? So if you play single troop banana, or if your enemy plays single troop banana, they will attack you. So assuming they attack you with a single troop bruiser, how do you defend yourself? So I have a setting that I've already done for myself, and this is a special setting that I use for bruiser defense. Now, I've already gone through with you guys on the mixed troops, the 333 settings that I do. I've already gone through with you on the 442 settings that I do, which is basically a defense against hitmen. And then I've already gone through with you 244 settings for me, which is basically an emulation of biker defense. So when enemy comes at you with a biker, you push the stats to the hitman, and that allows you to defend against biker without changing troops. So this is one of those cases, scenarios where you're not able to change troops, and your players are all spread apart in Governor's War map. They can't port over, they can't swap troops, where you have like 10 towers burning, and you got to do this without having everyone stress and swap troops in your tower. Usually, most people can swap troops if you're only fighting, like, for example, an arsenal. It's very easy for you to swap troops, or like you're fighting in tower battles, like maybe 1-2 crucial tower battles, or the bridge, in some of the other Governor War maps. But for most Governor War maps, when you're doing a lot of tower battles, you usually do a lot of different troop types, and most people will send mixed troops like 3-3-3, 4-3-3, whatever combination you like to do. Some people do 4-2-4. So assuming you have a 3-3-3 setting of troops in your tower, you have even like 1 million each, and you have about 3 million troops in your tower or your neutral building. So assuming you have that, your enemy comes at you with a bruiser attack. This is what I would usually do. This is my super preset. I call it 424. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it bruiser defense preset. It's up to you what you want to call it, as long as you understand what it means to you. Basically, if you have a bruiser enemy coming at you, you need to be on a biker formation. Now, which formation for biker? You can say, oh, biker square is better, biker wedge is better. That's not important which is better. What is important is what's the position of your troops. So you have 3 different troop types. Where do you want each troop to be? If your enemy is coming at you with bruiser, you want to be biker wedge, because your biker is in the front line countering their bruisers, and then you want to push your hitmen to the back so the bruisers don't kill your hitmen. Isn't that right? And that formation is only biker wedge. So so don't tell me about like, oh, the people say bruiser square is better, bruiser wedge. Just go learn your formations, know which one is in the front, which is in the flank, which is in the back, before you start talking to me or commenting like, oh, I don't know, like everyone says this is better, that is better. Like, go learn your formations, practice it, figure it out, go do testings, and see what works best. For me, I understand formations, I understand them to the placing in the position, and according to the GM, they said basically it's just about location and position. So it doesn't really matter, I think, if you do like bruiser square, bruiser wedge, as long as you get the right formation or the right location of the troops that you want to be. So now, having said that, this is for everyone who's unlocked. So I'm assuming everyone has unlocked all the way to 1920 that's watching this or intend to get to that state someday. So you're just learning something a bit of advanced stats adjustments. So with the formation, you're going to be at biker wedge, and then your biker troops will be your governor war specialties, which means all the way from the top to the bottom, it's full biker attack. I will show that to you guys later. And that's to counter the enemy bruiser. And then for underboss specialties, which is your regular UV specialties, that will be under bruiser biker setting. So you can put your points, your available points, and max it out under bruiser bike. And now for equipment presets, we will do it together right now with the family crystals update. So here I just click on this and I show it to you, and I click apply. So once you click apply, this whole gear is going to be in place. And again, before you start any of your settings for your mansion, make sure when you click apply, you are already wearing all of that gear that you want to use. Make sure that you're actually checking through the equipment to see that all the other, like if you look at this little icon here, there's like a man icon wearing a hat. So that means that is the one that's equipped with your UB. So that's the active one that you're using right now. And those that you're not using, like for example, all of this stuff, they're not on your active set. You can just remove them first. And this is only needed to be done during the setup. So if you don't do this in the setup, you're not going to be able to max out your points. You're not going to be able to max out all the stuff because they're not going to go back into circulation because they will be stuck on your battle gear. So it's always good to just remove them anyway. Okay guys, so let's just finish this up. I have tons of Hitman jewels, so I'm just gonna, leave them there. For the purpose of today's adjustments, I will not need Hitman jewels in general, so I'm just gonna leave that here. But this one, I'll remove it. And then let's see if okay, so one more. I might need this, I probably don't. I have a lot of Godfather's jewels, so I probably won't. And then you also should check before you upgrade that, all your jewels. The best way is to just, max out everything, fuse everything. So this is all very basic stuff, guys. Like you can fuse and you can dismantle, but once you are in legacy mode, you're no longer able to dismantle it. So sometimes when you do permanent stuff like this, like I don't have enough legacy coins for this. I only have 3 legacy Hitman jewels because the Hitman buffs are really, really important for me when I fight. So just remember to go through all of these steps if you don't have enough jewels. So try to push them all to Grand if you can. And then Legacy is something you can work out later. Legacy is like a bonus buff for them. So like regular Grand gives you 10%. You can't see from here, but yes, Legacy gives you 25. So that's one of the additional bonus benefits. So let's just go back to once your armory, your gear is all sorted out. Just to share with you guys the reason why, and I've talked about this in an earlier video as well, the reason why I have so much battle gear, like I have about 17 Godfather gears, is because ideally I would like to have 24. Of course, the world is not perfect and, we can't do everything we want. So I've been working my way to make more battle gear. And at the moment, what I have is 17 different Godfather gear, and that allowed me to actually diversify my battle for bikes. So previously, my biker was the weakest. I had very strong Bruiser Hitman sets, and I've made some new gear. You can see it's still Godfather +1. It's not even legacy for some of my Bruiser biker, but it's better having it than not. So in this case, I already set up my gear correctly. So this is the correct gear. All I have to do is to click on equipment sets, and then let's do the edit together. So my equipment sets says that this is for defensive bruiser. So I click settings on this. And then what I want to do is actually, the gear is already in place. You can just check all your bruiser biker gear and put them in here. Your most powerful bruiser biker gear, just put them up. And then you go individually and look, and I think what's really important is to make sure your stuff is all maxed out for biker, for family crystals. And if you don't have enough bikers and you have a really strong mixed biker bruiser family crystal, then you can use that for like one or two of your sets. All right, so let's just go ahead and compare and see which is the best possible. If I have any new crystals that I can exchange it with. So if you leave it there, you can actually do a comparison. So you click on the top one, and you can see just even from this alone, I have 12% and then HP 4.2. So this is already a better stone. So I'm just gonna start already a better crystal. I'm gonna replace that. Have I? Yeah, so click replace and it's swapped. And then you have to make sure your other jewels on this, or your other, this is family crystals. Your other battle jewels are biker, bruiser, and your Godfather's HP. See, this gives you crew HP, so it's really important to have Godfather's jewel, one of each on every battle gear. You have 3 slots for jewels, and 1 slot for a family crystal. So this is done. In some players, if you want to focus more on the bikes, get a hyper strong, then you can swap this out to a biker HP. And I know some people would say, oh, how about I just use the biker battle gear set? You could, but the reason why I have my bruiser is because you still have to remember you do have a million bruisers, a million bikes, and a million hitmen. So you do have to sort of give stats for the rest of the troops as well. And if you use your regular setting for bikers, then that's all skewed to bikers. You're not able to even increase any bruiser sets. Alright, so try to not be lazy and just stick to a one-click. I'll just go with the biker. It's not going to work out like that, because for regular bikers, your stats and the specialties are also skewed just for bikers. So when it comes to regular specialties example, you get a lot of bonus buffs just putting it on bruiser stats as well as bikers. Okay, so that's that. The first equipment is done. I'm just going to go ahead and look at the rest and make sure I have the best of the possible equipment that I have. This is really good, so I'm just going to keep this. And I'll look for the weaker ones and try to exchange those out. So like for example, like this has bruiser 4%, biker HP 4%, hitman damage against biker. So like all of this is not really important, and I'm not trying to focus on bruiser, so I'm gonna swap this out. Try to get one that has biker attack and biker HP combination. This came from the other battle gear, but I will replace this out because this is better for this settings. So I'm good. And then let's go downwards. So again, this is for bruiser, so I'm gonna be removing this. I'll swap it out with a biker just to update everything and make it more powerful. Because my bikers are in the front line, so I have to make sure they're really, really strong. Biker attack, biker HP, yeah. Okay, so I don't have that many great family crystals for bikers, but we'll try to make do. So then you try to see if there's any biker attack with like bonus like this, for example. This has 9% and a bonus 5% on bruiser attack. So this is a very good crystal to use for this setting in specific, because you are doing defense on bruiser and you want your biker and bruiser stats up. So biker, this is 8%, and oh, this is almost 10% on. So this is another good one. So this is a very good option. And the other one earlier. Yeah, another great option. So I have 3 really good options. This Sapphire Soul, the earlier Heavenly Wings, and this Elite. Oops, which one was it? Yeah, so this one. So this is all really good options. I'm just trying to see which is better right now. I think I'll still go for this because this one is like the really like the most powerful. So let me just go click on the top again. Okay, this one still has higher biker attack compared to... Let me just swap it out with this first and then I re-compare. So this was my new crystal that I put in, biker HP. And then sometimes it takes a bit of time for you to actually make a final decision. But when you do make the final decision... Okay, hold on. Yeah, so if this was actually Bruiser instead of Hitman, I would have chosen this, but it's not. So the rest of the biker is like 10, 11, you know? It's not that good. This one has 13. I think this is the highest already. Yeah, and then this. So this is a next option that I will consider. So first I'll keep this 13 and then I'll just go to the next gear. So this is my pants. And I'm good with that. So let's go to this. Let's see. Okay, so bike has like 3, Hitman 3, Bruiser 3. So this one I will swap out. And then that... Yeah, so this is the one I wanted to replace it with. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. And it's done. Was that the pants, the shoes that I did? Yeah. Okay, so that's done. Now we're gonna do the melee. Record, great, perfect. I love it. Okay, watch. Record, great, powerful watch. Woo. Okay, so this is also really good. This is actually one of the best that I have. So you have a crew attack reduction as well, which is perfect. Okay guys, so like this is, you know, some of the best biker family crystals that I have. I think I'm very happy with what I have right now. So I'm good with the family crystals and jewels. So then you click save, and remember, before you do any of the setting, make sure you have enough mannequin design. Buy it in advance, because if you've done all of that and you don't have any mannequin design, oh my gosh, you're gonna have to waste everything and just go back to it or use full to do it. So guys, just do this in advance. Okay, so now that it's done, you know, you just go and relook at everything. So I'm gonna go with your specialties just to show you what my Bruiser biker specialties are like. So I have my crew attack all maxed out, biker and bruiser all maxed out, HP, crew HP maxed out. So basically crew HP, crew attack, biker, bruiser all maxed out. And then you have like about 22 points remaining. And I've gone through this if you watch my 3v3 video, my 442 video, or my 244 videos that I've just posted yesterday. I've gone through all of this, basically saying that my Hitman Attack 3 with 27 points is gonna give me more percentage. Like, you can just go click on the red eye and you can see how many points you get. Like, this is 15.75% versus, you know, if I were to do it like Hitman Attack 1 and 2 combined, you know, how far can I get? And then basically it stops at like 5.4% for the 10 points, and then the rest would be here, so max at 7 points. So that'll be like 12.4% versus what I have right now, which is higher. So always have a look at see which is the best option for you. Then for Governor War specialties on this setting, I have the additional setting, which is oh no, I don't have any additional settings for this because it's just my standard biker. So my standard biker setting, I shared with some people before that it's all the way on the left side, maxed all the way down because I have Governor War 60. So I maxed the biker from the top all the way down. And I do have an additional 5 points, which you can only use this buff once, the underburst protection, so I actually don't use it. I leave the points permanently to what I needed to be on, which is basically all biker, and then the rest of the 5% I put it on bruiser. Because this is a biker bruiser adjustment. So you can see I have this points on my bruiser, and it gives my bruiser attack additional 7%. Instead of just leaving it all the way down, which is on a useless buff, you know, because you can only use it once. And you fight in a tower like multiple times a day during war, so really this is like a better savings. And you can manually do it yourself if you need to use the buff, but in most cases where you don't need to use the buff, then just don't use it. Okay guys, so that's my setting for the defense on bruiser. Keep working on your equipment, and the next videos that I'll be posting would be some new updates on my UV. No, I did not buy the Super Enforcers, but I have unlocked the Professor, which basically means that my Professor now is stronger than my El Santo. So if you look at this, my crew HP is a 10% additional, crew attack 15% additional, making my crew attack 40%, and my crew HP is 35. So here you can see crew HP 35%, you know, plus the signature weapon together, so it's 35. And the crew attack is 25 plus my 15%. Right now it's at 40. So this actually will be a really, really good new UB. Ta-da! That's already posted in the video today. If you look at the get free 100 family currency video. Alright guys, I'll post all the links at the bottom, so I hope you enjoyed yourself. I'm gonna be updating a couple more battle gears, which is my single troop battle gears, and you'll be able to see my settings for bruiser, hitman, viper, so stay tuned for those videos as well.